Hey, hey.
Hi.
Is it on? Is it on?
Hold on. Wait.
Oh, we got to price right.
Did you hit the play button?
I
Yeah.
think so.
Okay. Yeah. It's
Hey,
square instead of round.
We started a new YouTube channel.
Yeah.
What not to do with video. We'll be right back.
Promise.
Shamans, we understand cause we take shamans. Dude, I got this cool thing to show you. Really, man? Yeah, it's far out and technical and stuff. Awesome. Yeah. Come on and turn it on. Tune into the Tech Shamans. Come on and turn it on. Tune into the Tech Shamans. Come on and turn it on. Tune into the Tech Shamans. Come on and turn it on. Tune into the Tech Shamans. Cool.
Hey, everybody.
Hi there.
So, you know what I've got to do? Oh, let's keep talking.
Oh yeah. So we are experimenting right now with creating our own YouTube channel, and so we want to make all the kinds of mistakes that people make when they create their own YouTube channel, just like that you just heard. And so welcome to this week's episode of Tech Shamans, in which we're going to be talking about two of our most favorite subjects: video production and the marketing of video on YouTube, which is primarily where it's done these days.
So I have a question for you.
I have an answer.
Is social media for everybody?
Social media is for everybody that has a pulse.
To market?
But only on days that end in Y. Okay?
See,
so those are your
didn't-
two restrictions. Although there are still a lot of dead people marketing on social media, I've noticed. You get the Einstein memes every now and then.
God.
But
Oh my.
that's brand building for you.
Man.
No, social media is, well, it depends on which side you're talking about. If you're talking about people who want to hear, things going on and, learn about what their friends are doing and talking about, then yeah, unless you want to go live under a rock and, be completely cut off from what everybody is doing. I mean, think about how many Christmas cards did you get this year?
A lot.
Really?
Yeah, we probably
Like
got
more
about
than
30, 40 Christmas cards.
Okay. Well,
People
okay.
actually like us.
Well, they like your wife.
That is true.
I just wanted to put that
If it
in
wasn't for
perspective.
my wife, I wouldn't have any friends.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you'd have me.
But we would have never met.
No, we would. Never mind. That's not important right now. But again, this is what happens when you make a YouTube channel and you don't have scripted content.
See, like
which
if you
is
go back to
also
this camera
very
down
important.
here, hey guys, how you doing?
Hi.
Yeah, this is what you never
there
want
we
your.
go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So, is it on
Hi.
again? Did I push? I think I pushed
I
the wrong
think
thing.
we're on. I'm looking up at the other camera right now.
Hold on.
But-
Are you on?
Stop that.
Are you on?
It hurts.
Oh.
No, but really, what you're looking at here is probably not the most flattering perspective
Hope you don't.
of us.
I don't have any bats in the cave.
Yeah, let's
I'm
not
double
look at
checking.
that right now.
All right. So that's
TMI.
that is
Yeah.
not what you want to do.
No.
And that's what you get. I mean, all these people, these selfie people. Oh, hey man, I got a selfie stick.
Yep.
I'm super
No.
cool.
And,
super cool.
and it's hysterical because John had the idea to do this program the day after my wife and I were sitting at the table talking about the different kinds of video that are out there and the kind of quality you can get from them.
Right.
And it was extraordinary because we sat and compared like 5 or 6 different YouTube influencers, creators, and their videos. And there were ones that had, some content, but it wasn't very deep. But you were glad to sit there and watch for 30 to 40 minutes because the quality of the video, the quality of the editing. I'm going to go back to Bernadette Banner again. She was our primary example, and she was absolutely amazing in what she could pull together. And
I keep looking down there.
it's that bad. And
Very awkward.
but then we slid across, and I'm not going to name names, but you've got some people who are very up close and personal, and that can work. I mean, here in the studio, we can do this right here on these cameras, and you're talking just to me. You don't have a wide shot. You've got multiple shots you can work with.
Hey, look, we got a drone shot today. Watch. Ready?
Wait.
Nope,
Wait,
that's not it.
That's not drone cam. Show us drone cam. Hey, there's drone cam. Yeah, we love the drone cam too. We have so many shots we can use in here. And every shot is different because it conveys a different level of interaction and emotional just connection with your audience. And so when you've got pros running the cameras, you can do that. And we slide between them here in the program so easily and so quickly. A lot of people don't even notice when we're doing it. But that's what makes the program work, and that's what makes your content dynamic. Vis-a-vis a simple static shot, which you will have, or worse, if you're sitting there holding a selfie stick. That's where you're getting this thing out in front of you, or the person is always standing here at this angle, and this is how it's talk and the audio. I mean, right now, of course, we're labbed up. We have the best audio.
Here's a sample. Here's a sample of this audio versus this audio. So this is what a lot of people at home hear. Go ahead and go over this shot real quick.
Yeah.
This is your audio.
This is your audio.
So it's your audio.
It's hollow.
It's hollow. It's canned. It's weird.
And worse than that, I mean, it may also be sketchy, catchy.
Right.
Depending upon how your sync speed is, how you edit it afterwards, if you edit it afterwards. But the audio alone is distracting.
One of the things
I can't watch it. That
we were looking at. Yeah, let's
go back to the other one.
Let's cut away from that because it's just too bad.
That's making me nauseous.
We were, literally, we have a 40-minute video that's done with beautiful audio, beautiful images, beautiful cuts, beautiful everything. This is someone who spends an hour per minute editing her video. I mean, that's really what she does. And it shows. You will sit there and watch for 40 minutes without thinking about it. Whereas we had another one, selfie stick, up fast, isn't this great? We turned it off after 40 seconds.
Right.
It didn't matter what the content was. The audio quality, the angles, the lighting, everything about it was just horrendous. You've got other people, of course, who are doing their own video. They set their camera up, they get it, their lighting is right, and then they've got one static shot that they're doing through the entire video, and this is all they're doing, and they're talking into the camera, and even worse, they've got a fake smile plastered on their face while they're doing the whole talk, and there's absolutely nothing personal or nice about it, and that is all you get, and you cannot listen to this for 30 minutes because they're actually attempting to drone on because they don't have a script either. They have, they have some ideas of what they're going to talk about, but this is what, oh my God, how the hell can you stand that? Okay, you're going to drive people away from your channel. And if you don't have someone there helping you, or you haven't been practicing for years doing this, you are going to have difficulty creating your one-person video shot. You need the feedback. You need someone there, because what's going to happen is you're going to do a 40-minute take, and you're going to get to the end, and you're going to go, oh, that part wasn't right. Oh, there was a sound in the background that was really distracting. Or, oh, the lighting was off and I got a big shadow under my left eye. But you're going to say, but I can't recreate this 40-minute video again. And so that's what you put up. And you sacrifice your brand. You sacrifice your quality.
Bobby.
We could have cut and edited that, but not on live TV like this.
So that's the difference. So everything that we do here, that's the difference. We're live. I mean, we're literally live.
You are seeing
I
us
could
live
sit
right
there
now.
and show you we're live, right? It's actually running.
This is what's happening.
Yep.
Yep. So now they know what the rest of the Bat Cave looks like.
Yeah.
But
drone shot. He's just not fast.
Oh man.
Drone shot. Oh, he zoomed in.
Oh, he zoomed in.
He's trying to fly and drive. You
shouldn't do that. That's okay.
Yeah, that's
there's drone shot. There we go. Yay. Okay.
You call that drone shot.
But the point being, when we bring in people and we talk about this, we know we're going to be setting up drone shots. We know we're going to be setting up, a second feed from a camera sitting on the table in front of us, so that we have these kinds of capabilities. We can make these kinds of statements. and it's flexible. I mean, this is all the kind of thing that makes your program dynamic. It makes it interactive. Our mixing in the back room over here is phenomenal because he can sit there, choose one of 3-4 different camera angles, play the right one that's right for what we're doing at the moment. Is not getting called out with drone shot commands every now and then, because that usually doesn't happen unless we're absolutely ready for it. And that was actually something we threw on 3 minutes before.
Yeah, we hit him. We hit him at the.
We're like, wait a minute.
Hey,
let's
do this because it's the biggest. It's my biggest pet peeve. If you're going to do video, you need to do it right the first time, right? You have one time to make that good impression.
And I'm going to take it one step further, because have you ever really listened to yourself? And so many times, what you say the first time without a script, but with an outline of what you're going to say,
right,
is the best. It just seems to come out amazing
yeah.
that first time. So you have to be able to capture that quality the first time. Because if you ever have to go back and do a second take, Ermagerd, unless you are a pro actor, you're going to get, unless you have to go back and do a second take, okay, you're going to get and it's different. It lacks the spontaneity. It lacks the authenticity. And I think of all the channels we looked at, the key on them was authenticity.
Right.
And at no point did the 40-minute edited amazing video never feel never feel inauthentic. It always felt authentic. And that's really important, because and it can be distracting when someone's playing with a device next to you.
Well, I'm trying to just turn it off, because that's just distracting me.
It is. Okay, so we're done with the YouTube cam now.
Yeah,
okay,
thank God.
selfie cam, that's over.
That
thank
hurt.
God. But these are all issues that you can alleviate and still get the benefit of the spontaneity and the interaction, especially when you get two people who are hosting something together or you're interviewing someone. You can't undo the interview.
Nope.
And you can't, but that's a great thing in so many ways, because people know they're live when they're in here, and so there is a certain sense of gravity to the situation, because you can't do this, you can't do that, and you're going to have to think on your feet. But at the same time, having that professional quality of your video is just absolutely unparalleled. And when you're building a brand, being consistent with the quality. I mean, look, when we opened, you knew we were doing something weird. If you've ever watched, more than 2 episodes. Okay, that's true. That's true. I'm going to give you that one.
Just weird.
But if you ever watch more than 2 episodes of this program, you're going to know that something was really weird. Because first of all, we don't open.
Nope.
With a live intro.
That's correct.
We open with the credits. But then secondly, we don't do YouTube videos. And so we don't do that. And 95% of the stuff out there is going to look like that kind of low quality,
right,
low grade, mass produced crap. And you're not going to stand out. You are not going to build your brand. You're not going to do yourself any favors.
And I'm not putting down YouTube, because we are on YouTube. If you go to YouTube and put in WeBeam TV, we run live there every day from 9 a.m. to whenever.
Right. It's not YouTube's fault.
No.
It's the content creators, because when you democratize something, you make it open to anybody that wants to do it.
Yep.
And we've seen it across the boards. It's big in the author world. Anybody can be an author. But if you look at the difference between what an average author makes and what a median author makes, there's a huge jump in the numbers, okay? Because there are so many hundreds of thousands of people who put out one book. Well, okay. And now it counts.
But this is what everybody's being taught now.
Yes.
You're a key person of influence if you're published.
Yeah, right.
If you have videos, if you have a website on yourself. If you have a video of you, then you're become an influencer. And that's absolutely the crappiest thing.
Well,
when you okay, I equate being an author and being an influencer the same thing as I equate with people that are business coaches. Unless you're a multi-millionaire or you're a billionaire, you're not going to be my business coach.
Okay.
I'm sorry, you're just not.
Yep.
You
You can be
either-
an accountability coach.
That's
That
different.
works fine.
That's-
but that
that's-
is not a business coach.
That's not a business
Yep.
coach.
Nope.
Cheerleader. Yes. Rob says, isn't that a cheerleader? Yep.
No. Accountability
I
coaches
want the Dallas
are
Cowboy
really
cheerleaders.
important.
That's my rah-rah squad.
Yeah, because they are the to-do list that talks back. I just made that up, but I really like it. That's what they do. They go down your to-do list with you and make sure you're staying on track and staying focused. And that kind of a coach can be, that is a life coach. That is an accountability coach.
List
Yes.
that speaks back.
That talks back, yes. So those are, so you have these people
Nuggets.
who are out there. Yeah, really. You have these people that are out there, and anybody can do it. And so it's flooding the channels.
Oh, it's
I mean,
it's
look
flooding
at
YouTube.
Amazon
it's flooding,
books,
Oh.
the 99-cent books, the free books, and the free books are overpriced generally. I mean, they've never been edited. I literally had somebody ask me if I would help him with his novel. And I looked at it and said, okay, are you open for criticism on it, before you do it? He goes, yeah, I'd like to know.
No,
I said, okay,
no,
good.
don't criticize me.
Yeah, exactly is what he meant to say. He misspoke and said, yes, I want to know. And I said, okay, you need to go rewrite it. Because in no way can you open a book in a flashback in a dream sequence.
You can't?
No, because, well, the reason for it,
You're just a party pooper.
I know I am. I'm just too much of a critic. I overthink things, don't I, John?
God.
No, but the fact is,
Doesn't
you're
like
trying to
Star
hook someone into your
Wars.
story.
Oh, Lord.
You-
Didn't
I
like
love
Green
Star Wars.
Lantern. Oh my God.
I never saw Green
overthinking it.
Lantern. Is it good?
It's very good.
I'll
Anyway,
take your word on that one.
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter is, you've got to be open to improvement. You have to be open
Yep.
to quality checks. And so when we're here, we look at this. I mean, literally, we have filmed programs here, okay, that were pretty darn good. And I'm going to let you know, if you see a repeat, sometimes that's because there was a technical issue that we didn't catch. We had an audio glitch in one, and we could not hear it until it was too late.
or it's on
And-
rerun schedule.
Yeah, and that whole thing, we just ixnayed it, okay, because the audio was bad, and we could not have it out there. It affected our brand too much.
Yep.
That happened one time out of God knows how many hundreds and hundreds, okay? But the fact is, you've got to hold to your quality standards, and you need someone objectively looking at it. Like right now, okay, he's getting instructions in his ear that may be
Stop
telling
playing with your beard. Sit up straight.
exactly. Okay, yeah. Oh, good. It's on me. You didn't see him doing the beard thing, which is just crazy. Don't pick your nose, stop coughing, hit your mute button, that kind of thing, which are the instructions I would get. But being able to stay on task and on quality standard is a huge part, because in that sea of democratically self-appointed makers that you have out there, the creators, the YouTube producers, honestly, you need to do something to stand above it. And if you don't have this kind of look and this kind of feel in what you're doing,
You're just
and
noise.
you're just going to be background noise.
You're just noise.
And who is going to want to watch and listen to that and not turn it off after 40 seconds?
Right.
Which is what we ran into this weekend.
Yep. We did Dylan and I, my wife, Mama Tech. We actually started counting commercials in the news. Not television shows, in the news.
Well, the news is a television show.
They average seven commercials per break, and 3 or 4 of those were car commercials.
Of course.
Every single time. It literally, I went, I got to find a new news station so I can stop watching commercials.
And we cut the internet cable in 2004. We're now 15 years without cable.
Wow, 15 years.
15 years without cable. We have run internet only.
So where do you get your news?
I get
Snopes?
my news
I hope
from a variety of sources. Okay, I get news feeds, I get emails, and I will go out to some of the more popular aggregators and pull from there. And and again, you still got to back check it all. It doesn't matter where it comes from, whether
I watch
it's
it
cable
all.
news or whatever it is.
I don't care if it's
Yeah.
Fox, CNN, NBC, MSNBC, ABC. I watch it all, and then I just kind of,
And then you distill it down, okay, based
or on my Facebook page, I just post everything just to see what kind of mess and what kind of
see who comes
train
back
wreck
and says,
I
by
can
the way,
start.
this isn't true, and here's why. And let
Do
them
you
your
not fact check
fact-checking
your
for you.
stuff?
Yeah.
No, I have Rob for
actually,
that.
I don't. Rob knows that.
Rob is my fact check dude. He'll go, "Did you check that?" I'm like, "Of course I didn't.
Yeah.
I just wanted to see what kind of train wreck I could start." And let me tell you something. I'm good at that. Oh my!
No comment. We all have the ability. With great power comes great responsibility. Yeah. So honestly, doing the what the hell were we talking about before we went off on the news?
The
15 years
proper
without
way-
cable
the prop-
commercials.
the
No,
proper
for some
way-
reason you
yeah.
brought up commercials.
Well, it's
and
just
I brought up
because
why I don't
it's-
see them.
Well, yeah, we brought up the commercials. That's now we understand why a lot more people are going to their phones and stuff like that just to get direct feeds
Yeah.
because they're commercial
Yep.
to death. I literally on Sunday we wanted to sit and watch the news, so we have our coffee, our Danish,
Yeah.
blah blah blah
And
before
you're
we go to
watching
church,
commercials.
and it was a commercial thon.
I have not listened.
horrible.
Okay. Okay. Radio.
Horrible.
Radio.
Well, that's why
Okay.
satellite radio became a big thing
And
until they
here's
started throwing
why. I
commercials
mean,
in it.
I don't think I've listened to my radio in my car in the last 5 years more than probably 30 minutes.
Right.
Because I cannot hit the button. If I'm doing a 5 or 10 minute drive to the grocery store,
Right.
I am going to get at least 4 to 9 minutes of commercials.
Yeah.
In that drive. And it's like, why is it always commercials all the time? Take one of my favorite programs right now is Curse of Oak Island on the History Channel.
Such
Okay.
a big show.
And I can't watch it,
a big
okay,
show.
because I don't have. It's. We'll talk about that later. That's another thing entirely.
He's going to do a show
But the
called
fact-
Questioning History.
Yes.
We're
I
gonna
am a
tear that-
hardcore
tear
skeptic
that stuff
on
up.
historical stuff, but but I love watching Oak Island. So what do I do? I can go get it through Philo and watch it live as it broadcasts and be pummeled with commercials at 9 o'clock at night. Or I can just buy the whole season for less than the cost of Philo for a month, get the whole season on Apple,
Right.
okay, and it's available the next morning with no commercials.
What channel is that? History?
Yeah, it's the History Channel. Yeah, the UFO alien.
Don't you have
channel.
Disney Plus?
I have Disney Plus as well.
History's there. History's a part of, and so is Nat
I
Geo.
don't know that you can get them through there, but if you can, that's great.
Sorry, I
Yeah.
think it's Nat Geo.
Yeah, it's Nat Geo, not Disney.
I have it. Here, we'll talk afterwards.
Yeah, whatever. But I don't care. I've already bought the whole season.
Right.
So I get it. I can rewatch it. I can stop it. I can download it to my phone. I can do whatever I want with it.
Yeah, you
and
can-
so we've moved beyond the commercial stage. And this is why product placement is so important. And we could talk about that and maybe even use an example of it if we could think of anything right now.
Hervis, Walking
Okay.
Dead.
Think Geek, maybe?
Think Geek.
Yeah, hello.
Okay, so
Okay.
our Think Geek store is in the Countryside Clearwater Mall.
Yep.
And Patrick is the manager over there.
Yep.
That dude is awesome. Not because he doesn't give me anything free. He's not paying me, but he does us. I always know what's coming, how it's coming, when it's going to be there.
You get your benefit and information.
Oh my God, that dude
Yeah.
keeps me up to date.
Yes.
And that is, to me,
And-
that's the biggest thing.
And but that has value.
Huge value.
And so the fact of the matter is, product placement or creating your own content that explains what you do
Right.
is what you can do.
Yep.
But you've got to have quality. It's got to be compelling. It has to be engaging. And it's got to be professional looking. Because if you don't have all those pieces together, you are going to lose vast quantities of your audience.
Right.
And that's where you see the big drop off. If you check videos, and Wisteria did a massive study of like 1.3 billion videos, marketing videos, and they analyzed some 500 million makers who had made these videos, and they looked into it, and the huge drop off at 2 minutes. But when you look at the actual videos themselves, you are lacking compelling
And
content. You're seeing sales pitches.
So
You're seeing
we've beat this
garbage.
horde for 20 minutes. So I think they get it.
Oh, wait, is it time to stop making our YouTube channel program? Okay, so now we're going to get back to our regular format,
Right.
okay, because we're done making our YouTube program now. So,
Yeah. So
John, take it away.
all right. So some of I'm the tech guy. I love video tech especially, but I like new tech. So we have found. Did you know that they can make diamonds that are batteries?
I didn't know they were batteries.
Yeah, so Rob is going to
I
cue
know
up
they
that
use
video,
gold in batteries.
and he's going to let me
but-
know. And then when you're ready to roll that video there, bud, because it is cool as heck. Fire. I hope he has it. All right, go ahead, man.
Since the 1940s, the UK has run many nuclear reactors for research, military purposes, and electricity generation. These reactors all use uranium as fuel, housed inside of a core made out of graphite blocks. This graphite core assists in the nuclear fission process, enabling a controllable chain reaction which provides a constant source of heat. This heat is then used to turn water into steam, which in turn drives turbines to produce electricity. Nuclear power plants, though, invariably create nuclear waste, and therefore when any reactor is shut down, the waste must be safely stored and contained. We then simply have to wait for it to stop being radioactive. However, this takes thousands to millions of years, making it a long-term safety and financial commitment to maintain and monitor. Because of our use of graphite-moderated reactors, the UK has created almost 95,000 tons of radioactively contaminated graphite blocks. This graphite is just one form of carbon, a common and stable element, but having placed these blocks in a high radioactivity environment, some of the carbon is altered by the nuclear energy, turning it into the radioactive isotope carbon-14. The carbon-14 will eventually turn back into normal carbon once its extra energy decays away, but this is a lengthy process, and the radioactivity of carbon-14 halves once every 5,730 years. Recently, scientists from the University of Bristol's Cabot Institute have demonstrated that the radioactive carbon-14 is concentrated on the outside surfaces of our graphite blocks, meaning that it is possible to process them to remove a lot of this radioactivity. By heating them, much of the radioactive carbon is given off as a gas, which is then collected. The remaining graphite blocks are still radioactive, just less so, meaning that they're less of a problem and less of a cost to deal with. The radioactive carbon-14 in gas form can then be converted at low pressures and elevated temperatures to form a diamond, which is just another form of carbon. These small, man-made diamonds have a strange property in that they can generate an electrical current when placed within a radioactive field. Our diamonds, though, are made of radioactive carbon, and so are able to provide their own energy to generate a small electrical current. This gives us a nuclear-powered diamond battery. For this to be used safely, though, another non-radioactive diamond layer is formed around the radioactive diamond, completely absorbing all of the dangerous radiation and converting it into even more electricity, making it near 100% efficient. There are no moving parts, no emissions, and no maintenance, just direct electricity generation. And since diamond is the hardest substance known to man, no other material could easily offer any more protection to the radioactive carbon-14. On the outside, only a tiny amount of radiation can be detected, but this is less than what a single banana emits, making it perfectly safe to handle. As we mentioned, the radioactivity of carbon-14 halves every 5,730 years, meaning our diamond batteries have an incredible lifetime. They would only reach 50% power in the year 7746. These diamond batteries would therefore best be used in situations where it's not feasible to charge or replace conventional batteries, such as in satellites and space exploration, or use in implantable devices, such as pacemakers. In fact, there are so many possible applications that we're asking the public to make their own suggestions using the hashtag #DiamondBattery. The development of this new technology solves some of the problems of nuclear waste, clean electricity generation and battery life, truly taking us into the diamond age of power generation.
So that's pretty damn cool.
That is cool. I mean, it's a very low amount of voltage that it can generate. And then I thought they said it needed to be put into a radioactive environment in order for it to create the power. And so when did they ever put the diamond back into a radioactive environment to make it flow?
No,
and that's what I was.
No,
I was
you
a little
go
sketchy
go
on
back and
that.
watch it. It's
All right, I will.
it's
Yeah.
and right now it's not big enough to even power a phone.
Right.
But it's today's technology.
Yeah.
If you make a bigger diamond, a bigger
Or
battery,
a more compressed diamond with
Right.
more radiation in it.
But it's
Yeah,
it's
that's the
good that
key.
they've tested it because they
Yeah.
they layer another diamond over it that captures the radioactivity.
Right.
Blah blah blah.
That bounces back the ugly stuff.
I still think that's cool.
I think it's amazing. And I
mean-
love the, I mean, what was the guy a couple years ago accidentally did something with a battery in gold and found out it had like, a 99% energy retention rate, lack of, or 1% decay after like 4 or 5 years.
Right.
Whereas, your typical phone, you're losing, like 10, 15% a year.
If I was Elon Musk, I'd be jumping all over this stuff.
All over this.
Because what a way to...
Because, yeah, batteries are everything at this point. And to be able to convert the nuclear waste, which produces the big standard, monosource electricity that we need, without producing, really any kind of toxic offshoot, especially now that we're in 4th, 5th generation nuclear power plants,
Right.
that is a big difference
Yeah.
from the days of 3 Mile Island.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, we won't talk
Love
about
3 Mile
Fukushima,
Island.
but that was a Six Sigma event right there. So diamond batteries. I doubt that's going to make diamonds cheaper. The next
Meet
thing
me,
we've
Rob.
got is a soundscape. I saw this headline and I thought it was amazing because anytime you can help people who have some kind of challenge, physical challenge,
Yep.
to be able to find a way to do it is just amazing. And so
To me, this is okay. So I dated a girl that was deaf, and Rob will bring this website up. I dated a girl that's deaf, and back then, I don't know if you want to play the video, but okay. I actually installed in her car a set of speakers and small subs underneath her front seat,
okay,
so she could feel the music when it played.
okay,
Then we took the same technology into her house. I built her. She got a chair, and inside the back of the chair I built a backing piece
Yeah.
that had 2 tweeters, 2 mid-range, 1 sub, so she could feel the music.
right. And now you just get the big subwoofer, and hopefully you don't have downstairs neighbors.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That's why I did it small,
yeah.
so that
Right,
wouldn't.
put it in the chair,
Right.
and she can feel it. And really, all you need are the subs at that point. But
But
this
it's a
thing,
cool suit. I mean,
this
I'm
is
hoping
a
Rob. There you
haptic
go.
Suit.
I mean, that is So all of the design technology that sees moves. Haptic
Yeah,
response.
just like your Apple Watch,
Right.
Your smartwatch gives you a vibration, and yet this is probably much more fine-tuned,
Right.
and able to go through ranges. Whereas the haptic on your watch is like, do you want 3 pulses or 2? No,
Right,
no.
right.
This probably has some serious gradations. And you know what this reminds me of? Ready Player One.
Oh yeah.
Ready Player One with their suits
he
that
gets
would
the- he
allow
gets
you
the-
to
yep.
sense what was going on, in the virtual world.
Yep.
It would constrict, it would loosen, it would move through a lot of different things and warm up, cool down. But this right here is a start because this is giving you an audio feed that your
Yep.
body can sense.
Exactly. And I guess it's probably got a Bluetooth receiver in it to be able to receive the
Yes.
audio signal.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, it's got to receive the audio
You know,
signal.
for 3,000 pounds, British, it would be kind of sucky if you had to wire it in. Okay.
Oh, my God. No, thank you. Nope.
Oh,
yeah, there.
and it has flashing lights.
Oh, and it's got...
What could be better? Okay, so that you're...
Almost kind of
your
reminds
suit
me
is
of Tron.
active. You're right. There you go.
Tron outfit.
Yeah, definitely the Tron suits. Yeah.
Super cool.
How awesome.
That would be cool.
Yes.
I'd like to see that. I'd like to see it become big boom.
Mainstream.
Big boom. Yep, exactly.
Yep. Let it go mainstream.
So let's jump over to now. Speaking of YouTube.
we were speaking of YouTube?
Yes.
No, we weren't.
We were
That
trying to
wasn't
YouTube
us.
channel
that
earlier.
Wasn't us. That was our evil twins. Or our good twins.
YouTube. Okay, so how many of us have put up a video on YouTube and then it gets flagged for copyright?
Oh, pick me.
Drone cam.
Yeah.
Oh my God! And the sad thing is a lot of times they're hitting us for stuff that we've already paid rights to use.
Yes.
Over and over and over again.
Yep.
We've got the full
Or
legal
they're
license.
bogus claims against us.
So you have to
Yep.
file it. Well, normally you have to file through another process. Now they're going to give it to, with a new update, you're going to be able to do it in your control panel, which
Nice.
is absolutely phenomenal. And it's going to give you the ability to trim it out, take out the piece, or overlay, or mute that section of the video.
Yeah.
Which with us, we don't mute it. We just play it. We're like,
Oh.
I have, so we always, whenever, look, so if you're down like us, we download templates and audio and we buy them and we belong to these
Yep.
sites where you have unlimited rights, blah, blah, blah. Download the agreement.
Yes.
So that way, when YouTube and Facebook and Twitter
Mm-hmm.
and all these people hit you, flag you for copyright, you just upload that and then you're done.
Yes. I know, and you can
That's
get
how you
bogus
dispute
claims.
that.
Okay.
Huh?
And you get bogus claims on there that you've got to deal with. But I wish they had this because many years ago I started a YouTube channel called Ask Mr. Media. And I was having a blast with it. I put out several episodes. My audience was growing, in which I was doing just the same kind of thing, but
Right.
5-6 years ago. And I get flagged, and my content all disappears one day because somebody who was actually too close for comfort geographically, what a coincidence, had a copyright or a trademark on Mr. Media, MISTERMEDIA, whereas I was Ask Mr. MR. Media. And there is absolutely no claim on that whatsoever. They are so dramatically different. Our markets were entirely different. The stuff we talked about was entirely different. And so he had nothing. But he ended up getting my whole channel shut down just by filing,
Right.
a complaint against me.
Right.
Had I been able to go back and click remove the offending content,
Right.
that would have been hilarious because there was no offending content. I would have loved it.
Right.
Okay, and so it would have just worked. And YouTube would have been happy saying, no, we removed the content, sorry. But I couldn't. I lost my entire channel.
Especially if you're trying to monetize.
Yeah,
If you're trying to monetize,
yeah,
they get stricter with you
much.
from the get-go.
Yeah,
But with us, we don't monetize
right.
because what we talk about is other people's stuff. Like we just talked about the diamond from the British guys.
Right.
Right. We played their video. We played their video to say, this is something cool. You need to go watch. So as long as you're not monetized, now we'll probably get flagged for that. And then I'll write back, we're not a monetizing station, blah, blah. We literally have canned responses.
Yeah.
Depending on what
Yep,
copyright flag we
you
get.
have to.
So we'll probably we'll put that right back up. So to me, it's going to happen. Don't sit there and not fight it,
No.
because if you do that, then what happens is those little algorithms in YouTube and Facebook say that you just got rolled over, and now you're building from now on, if they do this, I fight everything.
Well, and the key is, if you roll over, it means that you're admitting guilt.
Right.
And that's really how they read it. And so now you suddenly have a track record of being an offender.
Right.
And so they are going to continue to go, oh, no. And pretty soon your whole channel's gone.
Yep.
Because they just won't allow you to post anymore because you're a serial offender.
And with YouTube, yeah, once you've given them that precedence, that's That's a big precedence
Yep.
that you just given them.
No,
So.
we have an audio drama, and it got flagged on YouTube for our theme music, which we have the rights to, which we bought the rights to, and for some reason this guy has auto whatever finding it and flagging people on it after he sold me the rights.
Right.
And so it ended up, and the worst part about the old system was that you would reply, and then the guy would say, "Oh yeah, that's right," and set it aside and never respond. And YouTube takes 30 days
Yep.
before they find in your favor if he doesn't respond. If he had just said, "Yeah, that's right," okay, and clicked it, that would have been great. We would have been back online in a day. But instead, and this is a different issue, of course, with the music, we had to wait 30 days
Right.
for our
Which
video to
is
go
nuts.
up. At which point, it's like, I'm not going to bother uploading because it's our title theme. And it was auto-flagging every single episode. And the guy was going to take 30 days to respond
Right.
to each one.
Right,
So
right.
it was crazy. It was
Yep.
crazy.
Well, okay, so speaking of that, sometimes we all blame it on the AI, right? But
Well,
there's actually
considering there is very little AI out there, that's really funny. It's
Right.
algorithms.
it's
But let's
algorithms.
not be technical.
Right. But the but there's actually people that watch this.
Yeah, there are humans.
And
Because
on
there is no AI.
Facebook, Google, YouTube, whole 9 yards. And now, because they have watched so much stuff, they're saying that they have PTSD.
Okay, and I can see that. I mean, I have no idea what kind of things people would be posting that would cause that.
So, so here's the thing. It's just like, and I've said this about the military, and I hope Rob does. I don't think Rob will get mad at it. If you're going to go in the military, you're going to see stuff.
Yep,
You're going to
Yeah.
going to experience stuff.
yep.
So why aren't people pre-tested that can have a? Because you can tell, you can do a whole battery of tests and go,
Yep.
okay, this person is
It is susceptible.
to
Yep.
PTSD. Not a person we want to have out there.
Well, a person whose interactions we want to limit as much as possible to the
To
areas that
certain-
are not
right.
going to. So maybe you need to be in a back room
So
rather
Google
than on
and
the front
YouTube
line.
and all those guys, what they need to do is they need to test their people before. I mean, they only make $18.50 an hour, so like $37,000 a year.
Yep.
It's not like it's a high-paying job. So it's like one of those things. Oh, you think you can do? Oh, sure, I can do it. And then you get in there, next thing you know, you have PTSD because you're freaked out about
It's about
all
the same
this-
income level as
all the
as being a
trash.
combat vet when you add,
Yeah. Well,
combat soldier
ask
when you
Rob.
add in all of
Is that right, Rob?
the perks and stuff.
Right.
The housing and so on. So yeah, it's about the same level. And these are I absolutely loathe the phrase human resource. Okay, because it looks because the human part gets forgotten.
Right.
And you're just a resource, and you're replaceable, and they crank you through at these $30,000, $40,000 a year jobs. And this is another one that's actually harming people because they're having to watch this stuff. But it really is symptomatic of a society that makes this stuff.
Why are people making this?
Why are they, videoing these things that are just so horrifying that they are actually damaging people? And honestly, I would be much more concerned about a test that showed me, that, oh, you're not bothered by this? Whoa, wait a minute. What kind of
Psychopath are you?
antisocial narcissist are you?
I don't know about
Okay.
narcissists, but I think they're psychologically they're messed up.
But yeah, and so
That would be
normal
me, by
people
the way.
can't do this.
Blood
And
guts
again,
don't bother
I'm
me.
not going to comment on you while we're on the air. But wait till we're done.
Rob was in my ear going, I have no problem doing this because I'm the very guy that literally filmed a guy burning up in a car.
Okay,
At a car
and
accident.
I'm going to let everybody in the viewing audience know there actually is nobody named Rob here. Okay, he just hears this voice, and so we all roll with it.
No, there is a Rob.
Now I hear applause coming from the control room.
That's right. I don't know.
so,
I guess I'm different, but
Have you ever seen Rob on TV? No, we've never seen him.
actually Twisted Views? Go back and watch the last. one
Okay,
of the last
anybody
two.
can hire an actor for a single episode.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
But there should be a test.
But what would the test show? Gee, you need therapy because you already have an issue being empathetic.
Yeah, so that person doesn't go to be.
No, that's the person you
stranger.
want because they are not empathetic. They're not going to feel it. They're not going to be affected by it. That's the problem. It's what you're going to do is diagnose something else, some kind of detachment disorder.
I understand. So, but that guy right there, as long as he's following their rules and regulations, okay, that falls into rules and regulations. That
In other words, there's a place for everybody.
That's right.
Even the person with social detachment
I
disorder.
can have a job.
Bang! There they are.
I
They
can have a
can. You
job.
could be making 40 grand at YouTube.
Could be making more than I'm making here. No, I'm just kidding.
That's this week.
So, but it's still, it's. But I feel bad for them. These kids, they didn't know what they're getting themselves into.
No.
I don't think they really realize what
No.
they're.
No, and I don't think YouTube realized
Nope.
what they were going to be exposing these people
No.
to. And that's the real issue, is they didn't think. But then again, we have to look at who owns them.
That's true.
And they don't think.
The military.
Okay,
The CIA.
you're
It
hilarious.
is.
I'm sorry, and their latest acronym, Alphabet.
Right.
CIA, FBI.
I know, conspiracy
yes.
theories. Yeah, don't get me started.
But the fact of the matter is, I have yet to see Google not really go out of its way to do evil.
No.
But, whatever their motto may be.
Now,
So,
speaking of
let's go
acronyms-
ahead.
Speaking of acronyms, DNA. So the Pentagon warns home DNA
Deoxyribonucleic
tests
acid, my
pose
favorite.
personal and operational risk to military members.
Yep.
You know why?
I think you're going to tell me
Because
why.
23andMe and all these little companies like that, they're selling that crap all over the world.
Yep.
And they're like, oh, we don't sell the information. It's BS.
Well,
They give it to the
they
government.
strip it of the personal identifiers and then sell it, and then all you have to do is find one personal identifier that matches, and you know who everybody in that guy's genetic string is.
They also give it to the insurance company, so the insurance company can say, hey, we're not going to insure you for that because you're predisposed for cancer or or heart
You've got
attack
family
or-
members, okay,
Right.
from here that you've never known that we happen to have in our database,
Mm-hmm.
okay, because they do keep a massive database. There is one, a lot of people don't know this, there's one national health database that life insurance companies use.
Mm-hmm.
And it tracks everybody that has ever applied for life insurance in the last 30, 40 years. And everything about them, every insurance application, every health bill has been put into that database. So you can't lie to the insurance company and say, nobody in my family has cancer, because they go right out to 23andMe, and bam, they go, oh yeah, you may have been adopted, but we know who your real family is, and they all have cancer. And so you end up with that. So that's one issue, but then when you take it to the military, and you look at the risks that are involved in that, in people finding out this kind of information that can be leveraged against these individuals, that's where you have, a real problem, because everything now becomes a security risk, and
Right.
this confidential information can be used as leverage, and for blackmailing these people to do things they really shouldn't be doing, and divulging information they shouldn't be divulging.
Right.
And that right there was the 5-minute explanation of a 1-minute concept.
There you go.
Bam!
So don't do them. If you've done them, I'm sorry. Everybody knows who you are now. It is what it is. Just saying.
I got mine done. I'm happy I did.
Yeah. Next thing you know, your doppelganger shows up at the door going, hey, you need to leave.
I had, really, I've been cloned.
I'm your new clone. And
No, we actually had quite a family discovery come out of that, but we'll save that for another episode.
You've done this?
Something, yes.
You did the 23andMe? Or the,
No, I did
which,
Ancestry.
Ancestry?
Yep.
Did you do the DNA test?
Yeah.
The blood and everything?
We didn't do the blood. We did the saliva and came
Yeah,
back.
you're
It
so
was
screwed.
damn good.
Now you're
Yeah,
over.
It was damn
Yeah.
good. All right. So what's next?
So if you see
Good
if you
news.
see multiple Anthony's running around, that's because he's been cloned.
And I have ex-wives who will be just in shock from that very
They
concept.
should all knock on the door at the same time. Hi, I'm here. Hi, I'm here. Hi, I'm here.
I've seen Multiplicity.
Or Living with Myself. Have you seen that yet?
Does that sound like a television program to you?
It's on Netflix.
Oh, no. Okay. I have Netflix.
It's Paul
but no.
Rudd.
Okay.
And Paul Rudd's in a funk. So
Okay.
he goes to the spa where it's supposed to make you feel better.
Yeah.
They literally clone you and get you ready to walk out the door that night.
Uh-huh.
And then they kill you. They're supposed to kill you.
Right.
And they bury you out in the woods.
Yeah.
Well, they did that and he wakes up.
Hate it.
Goes home and sees himself in his bed or Baba with his wife. And he's like, uh-oh. It's really good. So now,
Wow.
and so now the whole thing gets down to the point where everybody knows who
Sounds
he
like
is.
it's basically transporter technology gone horribly wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always thought about it. Okay, sorry, we're going to bunny trail. if transporter world comes, right?
Yeah.
Now it takes you apart and puts you back together and puts you somewhere else.
That is one way it can happen.
Okay. So why not fix what's wrong while it's transporting you?
Well, here's the thing. It is the way it worked in Star Trek originally was that it basically disassembled you and
Put you
moved
back
your
together.
atoms across. Now,
Right.
how they were moving the atoms, nobody knows. You never saw a stream of Kirk, going across the universe. But what they're actually saying is the only practical way to do that is to obliterate the original you,
And DNA you.
and basically 3D print a copy at the other end. And it will have everything right down to the synaptic level will be exactly the same. And that is
They could
why.
pull you, but if you got cancer, pull the cancer out while you're being transferred.
Well, and I'm not sure if they do that, but they did that in a couple episodes
They did.
where they put people through and they cleaned whatever it was out of them on the way
I remember
through.
that. That was
yeah.
good. That was good.
And I mean, honestly, the
Okay, now that we've digressed, then we'll
Sorry.
get back on topic. So Spotify is gonna pause all political ads in early 2020.
and I just have to stop and say I didn't know there were political ads on Spotify because I have the regular paid version, and so I don't have the free version that plays ads. So I've been without any kind of ads for ever
Every
since they first
platform
opened.
out there except for Facebook is going to no ads.
Yeah, a subscription platform.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And that's where I've been. I mean, ever since Spotify came out, we met one of the original developers at a tech conference, and he gave us this card and said, go ahead, sign up. You'll be able to get in for free for however long without ads. And then it expired like 2 months later, 3 months later. And I upped it, and I've never been without it since. I love Spotify. I love the stuff that's on it. Everything from podcast to audiobooks. We have a podcast on Spotify. There's just so much there, and it's a great platform. But apparently, you can listen for free, and they do have ads. But now they will not have the political ads, probably because I'm guessing half their audience was turning off
I like the video ads.
video on Spotify.
I mean, I like
Yeah.
the
Political ads?
Yep, I do.
Well, I'm guessing a big portion on hearing a political ad from either party is going to turn off. They're complete cognitive bias, and they will not want to hear that message or that voice, and they will click out. And that is my guess as to why they're going to do it.
I like it. I like to see how many lies people can make up about the other person.
There's so many out there, and some of them sound so believable. It's amazing.
Oh, well, if you score anything the right way, you can make it sound like that.
I tell you, man, I read every article so carefully because, again, we were looking at a mattress ad. Okay, yesterday, in
Right.
fact, my wife and I were looking at a mattress ad, and in it they were saying, our mattress doesn't use uses non-petroleum based glues, okay, and avocado green does not use non-petroleum based glue. So you're
Really?
going, wow, that sounds like this is a much better mattress.
Right.
Because, then when you actually go do your homework, it's because avocado green doesn't use any glues. They hand stitch everything. So they made it sound like, and that's what you've got to watch out for. That's how far you have to dig with these incredible claims that they make, is you got to go, wait a minute. How do I know? I'm making an assumption that this is what this means. I was looking at a rate of slavery in various states, okay, before the Civil War.
Okay.
And I'm getting national averages, and then I'm getting state numbers, and they're applying the national average to the state number. I'm like, that is not appropriate. That is bad math, okay? Because that is not necessarily what the number was in that state. And so it's like you got to learn to dig so deep on this
Yep.
stuff, because everybody has an agenda. Almost everybody has an agenda. And they are going to twist whatever they can to make their position more believable and, unfortunately, more consumable, more likely to make you part with your money. And that's what happened.
Right.
Excuse me.
Well, so next Monday, because it's the new year, we're going to do the top tech of 2020
Yep.
that we think's coming.
Yep.
And I'm not going to
be here.
It'll just be me and Adam.
Yep.
I actually am. If I
Oh,
could-
hey, and if Adam can't make it, you can have Rob come out. You know, that'll be fun. Rob.
we have a camera back there.
Yeah.
See, we can
There
make
you
he can
go.
appear. I used to do that all the time on a lot of our shows. I'm actually going to try to see if I can get a Google expert to come in, and he does these. He teaches Google classes all around
Yeah.
the state of Florida.
I'd love to
Good
be
guy.
in on that program. Darn.
Well, you know,
I know.
I don't know what to say, man.
Got to deal with clients. And clients have
Clients.
one day they're available in the next month, and they got to do this.
But so, how was your 2019? Because this
I
is
have
New
noticed,
Year's Eve.
It is. It's New Year's Eve. I have noticed that in my life, odd number years are really painful.
Really?
Yes, and even number years tend to work out very well for me. So I am definitely looking forward to 2020 because I want to see how much of this
So
we
you're
can
going to have
improve upon.
2020 vision for 2020?
No, I have 2015 vision. No, literally, I was born with 2015
I'm
vision.
blind
I
as
had
a bat,
super.
so it is
but
what it is.
These, but then I got chicken pox on my eyes. It was really weird, and so it messed
How
up.
the hell do you get chicken pox on your eyeballs?
I got them on my optic nerves in the back.
Oh,
It was really
man.
bad. I
Ooh.
was an adult. I was 28 years old.
Oh,
And,
see, that's what they tell you.
Yeah.
You don't want to get chicken pox as an
you
adult.
do not. My kids brought it home and almost killed me. I had them in my lungs. It was bad.
So you never had it as a
But my
kid?
glasses correct me back to 2015. That's what's amazing. I have my original vision back. And God, do I love it. Of course, I mean, they're like quadfocals, okay? They're yeah, it's ridiculous. But
I have trifocals.
yeah. I have
And right now I can see
progressive,
everything enough of
and
a
so
blur to do my
I
job.
have to find exactly the right spot where I'm looking at in order to see it. And when I get it right, it's absolutely so crisp and clear. It's amazing.
So yesterday at church, I had someone ask me, goes, "What do you do for a living?" I said, "I'm a professional interrogator."
Oh, there you have it. I like that. I like that. So what about you in 2020? How was your 2019 and what are you looking forward
2019 was, oof, we had,
to? It was a flood.
it was literally, it was a flood. 2019 was a learning experience about things that I thought I knew that I didn't know, which will change this year. And 2020 looks like it's going to be pretty stellar. We have, oh my God, we have almost 7 or 8 more shows, new
Yep.
shows coming.
Yep.
Starting January, February. So to me, I'm looking forward to 2020. 2020 is going to be a good
Definitely.
year for us.
It's going to be
So,
amazing.
It's going to be very busy,
Yes.
super busy.
And yeah, I mean, planning for that is its own job.
I mean, you got 2 shows
And,
coming in.
Yeah, and planning for those shows, we've got the Cog Yard, which is going to be like a steampunk maker show, and then we've also got Questioning History, which we talked about earlier, which will be historical research.
Next,
And-
next Friday, I don't have it in front of me, but
Yeah.
it's on the Nerd Talk set. I'll bring on the gun that you did for me for steampunk.
Ah.
Steampunked my Han
No,
Solo.
I didn't. I just metallicized. I made it original to Star Wars. I have a steampunk.
All
Han
right, he'll
Solo
bring his
blaster.
too.
We'll bring them both.
That being said, if you
That'll
need
be
us,
fun.
text Shamans at WeBeamTV.com. Happy New Year.
Happy New
Have
Year.
a safe New Year. We'll see everybody later.
We got the plans cause we are the tech shamans. We understand cause we are the tech shamans. Dude, I got this cool thing to show you. Really, man? Yeah, it's far out and technical and stuff. Alright, so, yeah. Come on and turn it on. Tune into the tech shamans. Come on and turn it on. Tune into the tech shamans. Come on and turn it on. Tune into the tech shamans. Come on and turn it on. Tune into the tech shamans. Cool.